Meeting to order, roll call.
Senator Amsden.
Here.
Senator Aqua.
Here.
Senator Ballschmider.
Here.
Senator Bolio.
Here.
Senator Barazzi.
Here.
Senator Biedron.
Here.
Senator Bouchard.
Here.
Senator Branchard.
Here.
Senator Brown.
Here.
Senator Kate. Senator Daniels.
Here.
Senator Demers.
Here.
Senator Dias. Senator Dillon. Senator Donacimento.
Here.
Senator Farrell.
Here.
Senator Gagnon.
Here.
Senator Godick.
Here.
Senator Goodman.
Here.
Senator Gudick. Senator Guzman.
Here.
Senator Holman.
Here.
Senator Contos.
Here.
Senator Lemieux.
Here.
Senator Lipscomb.
Here.
Senator Mackey. Senator Mazzaferro. Senator Umbasam.
Here.
Senator Miller.
Present.
Senator Noonan.
Here.
Senator O'Connor.
Here.
Senator Oros.
Here.
Senator Pavlik.
Here.
Senator Ritchie.
Here.
Senator Skorpa.
Here.
Senator Sidlecki.
Here.
Senator Silver.
Here.
Senator Spalding. Chairperson Lucio.
Here.
Secretary Bronson.
Here.
Secretary Kildag. Here. Chairperson Greenwood.
Here.
Chairperson McKiernan. Treasurer Thurston.
Present.
Chairperson Amaya.
Here.
Vice President Cloutier.
Here.
President Kaufman.
Present. All right, everyone. We have a very jam-packed ceremony, so I will waste no time in getting started with the procedural business. At this time, I move for the acceptance of the minutes from the 4/7/2026 meeting.
Second.
Hearing a second, are there any additions, revisions, or deletions? Seeing none, we will move for a voice vote. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Those abstaining? The motion passes. Next, for new and existing business, we have some awards that we are going to give out. I'm going to start with the Senator Awards, and I'm going to have Vice President Cloutier speak while I present them to each senator. So I'm going to be over here. The senators, when we call you up, just come over here and join me. I'm going to start with the Senator of the Month Award for the month of March, which is Emma Ballschmider.
Emma, we really felt that you stepped into your undersecretary role with grace, and we liked that you were able to bring valuable opinions from the softball team with you, and we think that you were really committed to your role, and so we're happy to give the Senator of the Month Award to you.
Next, for our rookie senator of the term, we have Joshua Goodman.
Josh, look at how far you've come on the student senate. I'm so happy that we got to give this award to you. You're constantly adding to our conversations and offering your input, and I'm so excited to see what else you do in the next term. Yeah.
Next is Senator of the term, Samantha Bolio.
Sam has by far had the most meetings out of any of the executive board. Chairing the Health, Food, and Safety Committee is no small feat. Her rollover report was extensive, and she is the reason that we were able to communicate not only with Aramark and facilities, but also with health services. Sam, thank you so much for all the things that you did this semester, and I hope that you continue in the same direction.
Last but certainly not least, we have an Alvord Award of Excellence, and I would like to present this award to Joshua Farrell. And Jess, you can continue with the remarks.
It is our honor as the Senate President and Vice President to recognize a member of this term's Student Senate, Joshua Farrell, as a recipient for the Alvord Award of Excellence. Nominated by Director Collins, Josh has made a lasting impact on our campus, most notably through his leadership of the Golden Bear Trot over the past 4 years. From organizing logistics to energizing participants, he has been a driving force behind the event's success. Simply put, it would not be what it is today without him. He has also distinguished himself as a competitor, earning 4 consecutive 5K victories, an impressive testament to his dedication and consistency. Beyond the trot, Josh's involvement across campus speaks volumes. As a captain and member of the cross-country and track and field teams, a performer in the Stage of Players production, and an athletics representative on the Student Senate, he consistently leads by example. Through the work of SAC and many others, the trot has raised over 5,000 non-perishable food items, and Josh's leadership has helped make that impact possible year after year. Josh truly embodies the spirit of the Al Ward Award through his service, leadership, and commitment to our community. It is with great pride that we recognize him today.
From athletics, have any remarks to add to that? If so, you can feel free to take the floor.
Sure. I would like to congratulate Josh and all in the room for the difference that they make on this campus and the collaborative efforts that are possible because of everybody in this room. Josh, you led the way literally with 4 years winning the trot, and those in the room have led the way with the years that you've served on this committee to enhance the lives of all students at Western Wayne. Thank you.
The third recipient of that award, he now joins the ranks of former Sergeant Captain Parizo and Barely Comfort K9. So Josh, you definitely left your impact on campus, and we're glad that we can put your name with those who have made it just as big of an impact as well. So congratulations. Next, the approval of the annual rollover report. At this time, I move for the acceptance of the 2025-2026 Student Senate rollover report.
Second.
During a second, are there any final revisions or deletions to the rollover report? Seeing none, I move for a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? The motion passes. The business of the 2025-2026 term is now officially over. Now we will move for end of term remarks, starting with our legislative chair.
Great, thank you. So I would like to make this farewell brief, as you all will be hearing more from me later. However, I want to thank everyone for this amazing term, to the senators for working tirelessly to voice the concerns of the student body, to my fellow executive board for working hard to complete not only their goals, but also the goals set by the administration, to faculty, staff, and administrators for supporting us along the way. Although we may not have always had the same opinion on certain decisions, you have continued to respect us as a voice of the student body and worked alongside us to achieve our goals. I look forward to working with you all again.
Thank you.
It was a brief.
Hello everyone, mine is a bit longer than that, so please bear with me. For those who are new here, hello, welcome. My name is Treasurer Thurston. I will try to keep my remarks brief, but we'll see how that goes. I want to begin by saying that this is one of the most dedicated and hardworking groups I have ever had the privilege of working with. I am genuinely amazed of what we have accomplished this semester, this term, and the impact we've had on the community. It has not gone unnoticed. Transitioning from College of Arts and Science representative to treasurer of the Student Senate was definitely nerve-wracking, but it has been an incredibly meaningful step in my leadership journey. I am grateful for President Kaufman and Vice President Cloutier for trusting me in this role. It has become such an important part of my life, and I would not change that for anything. I especially want to thank President Kaufman. While I may have sent my fair share of late-night texts and constant questions, you were always there to help me navigate challenges. Having someone to rely on, especially when dealing with finances, made all the difference in my experience in this role. Many people joke that they could never take on the treasurer role because of the pushback it can involve, but they do not always see what happens behind the scenes. With such a supportive group of people behind your back, every challenge felt manageable. There was never a moment when we did not have each other's backs. The relationships I have built with the faculty, staff, clubs, senators, and fellow executive board members have made every hour behind the scenes worthwhile. Excuse me. This group has continuously pushed me to be better, and I will truly miss that. There was never a day that I did not look forward going to our executive board meetings and the opportunity to connect with all of you. While I am excited to serve a second term and continue growing in this position, I will always look back on this term with appreciation. Thank you to the senators, finance committee, our advisors, and everyone who contributed to this experience. And thank you to this executive board. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you ever need anything in the future. Best of luck with all your future endeavors. You will all be missed.
Thank you. Campus relations. You can go back.
Mine is a little bit longer, so bear with me. So first, I would like to thank the esteemed guests of the Student Senate for joining us today. Thank you to the amazing faculty and staff. You've truly created a welcoming environment for us all. Thank you to the senators. Your roles aren't easy, but you've made it. I also want to thank my wonderful parents for everything. I would not be here if it weren't for the shoulders I stand on. Thank you to the executive board. I sincerely could not ask for a better group of people to share such a wonderful experience with. It has not been easy, but nothing worth doing is. Each of you are terrific people who do great things with your lives. To Cam, you are an inspiring individual with a heart of gold. Not only were you a great leader, but you are a great friend. Last term secretary, Dominic D'Angelo, said it best. I'd run through a wall if you asked. I've learned so much from being on your executive board. You were the big brother I've always wanted. To Jess, thank you for everything. From late night study sessions to early morning study sessions, you've been there the whole way. I would have never joined Senate if Jess didn't ask me, so thank you for that. Jess is an inspiring person. I hope she chooses to remain lifelong friends with me. To Haley. Haley is one of those people you meet and ask yourself, how does she do it? Not only does she balance the time between her classes, work, and Senate, but she's always there when you need her. A little inside joke between the E-boards that we call her Batman. This is because she has her regular life during the day, but at night she goes out and saves lives. She is a real-life superhero. To the rest of the executive board, good luck. Kat, you are a true friend. You force me to self-reflect. Nobody can make me laugh harder. Also, thank you for approving the speech and making sure I don't sound like an idiot. I just wish you let me improvise a little bit more. To Beckett and Blanca, I know you both achieved great things, but I hope that it does not come easy. I hope you fight for what you believe is right, so you can look back and simply say, we did it. Both of you are amazing. On your own, you would have achieved greatness, but together, you'll achieve even more greatness. As I reflect on my time here, I hope you take these 3 things with you. 1, relax. Take a moment and stop juggling the 100 things you're doing. I think everyone on Senate could use this advice. Take a deep breath and don't forget to smell the roses. They won't always be there. 2, don't fight the current. I could have spent my time working towards goals I knew couldn't be achieved. However, the student body would gain nothing. It's okay for plans to change. At the beginning of the term, I was told I had $40,000 to spend on improving the campus. In 1 week, that money was gone. The only person who can lose money faster is Senator Goodman down the street at MGM. And lastly, just do it. The fear of rejection or the fear of failing can immobilize groups destined for greatness. Do not let them hold you back. Do what you can when you can. I started this role being afraid of sending emails to people who I didn't know. And by God, do I send a mean email now. Out of the interest of everyone's time, I must wrap up. Thank you again to the executive board. Working with all of you pushed me to not only work harder, but to be a better person. And for that, I am eternally grateful. To the next administration, I would say good luck, but I know they won't need it. Thank you again.
Next is public relations.
Hi. I'd like to say thank you to my ranking member, Samantha Bolio, and the rest of my Public Relations Committee. And then I will start now with my Executive Board. Thank you for supporting me in every way possible. It is a very impossible way to support everything that we do together. And a huge shout out to Greg Matthews and Bridget Gittin for their undying support in our Executive Board as well. I absolutely adore meeting with you every week. It's the highlight. Starting with President Kaufman, let's start off at the top. Thank you for making me hold that door at the beginning about 2 years ago and entrusting me with not 1 but 2 terms as your Public Relations Chair. I walked in these very heels for my interview and now I'm here again in them. Thank you to Vice President Cloutier. She's my shoulder to cry on, my shoulder to laugh on, and she sees me in my highest moments and my lowest. And I couldn't be more thankful, and I hope that I get to see her every single day when she chooses to leave me here alone. She's also my neighbor. Thank you to Will for always being just he's a funny guy. He's just a joy to be around, even when he's doing something absolutely crazy that you think nobody else would do. He's there, and he'll put a smile on your face in the darkest moments. Thank you to Haley for all those surprise coffees that she brings us. They really made my day. Blueberry pie featured. She is genuinely our superhero here on our Executive Board, and she's an absolute joy to be around, and I couldn't think of anyone better to laugh with. To my Executive Board members that I'll be returning with, I'm very excited. Blanca, Jess is leaving. Blanca, our new president, I can't wait to say Madam. Madam President and our Vice President, now Becca Kilday, I'm very excited to work with you, even though she wants to rearrange the office. I'm scared. I had a dream about it. And to Treasurer Thurston, genuinely, I don't know how you do it. Your job is so hard. I could never do it, and props to you. And thank you to the rest of the Senate and everyone here today. I can't wait to photograph and see this posted on Instagram later. So thank you, and I look forward to working with you all again.
Okay, I will keep this brief because I am also coming back later to speak again. But I'd like to start by thanking President Kaufman for convincing me to step into this role to begin with. Being secretary has been foundational to my WNE experience this year, and I cannot express how grateful I am to each and every one of you. Seniors, I will miss you dearly. Cam and Jess, you leave huge shoes for us to fill, but we will do our best. Will and Haley, you are joys to be around and just perfect the vibes of the board. I truly do not know what we will do without you. Thank you for your leadership and friendship throughout this term. I also want to thank specifically the senators who spoke up at meetings throughout the term. Your input is invaluable, and please continue representing your constituents with as much commitment and energy as you did this term. I look forward to hearing from you again next term.
Take a stand. Take a stand. I'll take a stand.
Get up there, Becca.
Someone shine a light on me.
Okay, put the symbol up.
Yeah, the symbol.
Hi, everybody. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to my fellow senators and e-board. I'm truly grateful for the support, guidance, and encouragement I've received along the way from you all this term. None of the accomplishments for furthering our academic integrity throughout campus would have been possible without the people that have sat here beside me today. You're all a vital part of this team, and I've been privileged to work alongside all of you to make our campus better for the future of Western New England community and our incoming students. To the senators in the room, congratulations. You spent countless of hours representing what you believe in and putting your best foot forward each and every day to keep the student voice alive, and we couldn't be more grateful for that. A special thank you to my executive board for your grace and patience with me, especially Secretary Kilday for all my late reports. I'm so sorry. As a graduating senior, chaos doesn't begin to explain the past academic year, so your unwavering support means more to me than you'll ever know. I've gained 7 new lifelong friends, and I attribute some of my greatest moments on and off campus to your friendship. Good luck to everybody. Thank you.
Now the Vice President's farewell address.
Good afternoon, retiring, sitting, and newly elected members of the Student Senate, Class Council Executive Board members, faculty, staff, administrators, trustees, and fellow students. I stand before you today filled with 3 things: pride, perspective, and a deep, deep sense of gratitude. I'm filled with pride because throughout my time in this organization, we've accomplished more than I ever thought a Student Senate could accomplish. From leading important campus conversations to funding capital projects, from sponsoring events to playing a role in selecting the university's next president, this organization has given me the opportunity to be a part of something greater than myself. I've gotten to collaborate with staff, faculty, administrators, and students in all sorts of capacities. And in all of those moments, what stands out most to me is not just what we accomplished, but how we accomplished it. Through long meetings, difficult conversations, and a shared commitment to doing what was best for the student body, even when it wasn't easy. There were times we didn't agree, times we had to push through uncertainty, and times we had to trust each other more than we trusted the process itself. But through it all, I got to watch students, my peers, grow into tremendous leaders and role models. It is because of them that this organization was able to grow into something far stronger and more impactful than when I first joined. And so I leave it proud of the work we've done together, and proud of the work we've done on ourselves. I also leave with a new perspective, because these experiences have taught me more than I ever anticipated. It has taught me that miscommunication is often the root of our greatest challenges. Not a lack of care, but a lack of clarity. And that taking the time to truly listen to one another, to authentically, intentionally communicate, can change everything. Student to student, club to advisor, administration to staff and faculty, and every other kind of relationship on this campus can benefit from transparency. When we commit to that kind of openness, we not only solve problems more effectively and efficiently, we build stronger, more trusting communities in the process. It has also taught me the importance of celebrating the good moments. If you don't make space for joy, it becomes far too easy for the difficult moments to define your experience. So it is okay to smile, even in the hardest moments. In fact, the moments when it matters most. A willingness to find the light in dark times has been able to propel us forward, and it makes the work far more fulfilling when the other side is reached. And most importantly, this experience has taught me that no one succeeds alone. Behind every accomplishment is a team, a support system, and people who believed in you even when you weren't so sure you believed in yourself. So I'm going to dedicate the remainder of this address to thanking my team. I'll start with the people who consistently support me outside of this organization. Thanks to my mom, dad, and brother for being the solace from my constantly hectic, ever-changing, always overloaded schedule. Thank you to my beautiful roommates who showed up to support today for the same reason. They've listened to me ramble about issues and meetings for the past 2 years, and not once have they expressed their apathy towards the situation. To our advisors, Greg, Leah, and Bridget, thank you so much for your guidance. I can't imagine how we would have navigated this term without your input, support, and when necessary, your compelling influence. You kept us informed, organized, and on track, and this organization wouldn't be as successful or run as smoothly without your help. Okay. And now for the people I've had a privilege of serving next to. Those who will go on to lead the organization. Madam President. Blanca and I joined Senate the same year. We got to watch each other move up the chain of command, and if there's one thing I've learned about Blanca in that time, it's that you should never underestimate her. I've seen her take on countless leadership roles in all different environments surrounded by all different kinds of people, and Blanca has never failed to connect, to push through, and to lead by example. Thank you for being you. I can't think of a better person to pass this administration to. To Becca, my successor, my neighbor, and my friend. Becca is strong, considerate, and caring. Despite how much time she spends wrestling and typing up our minutes, she still manages to make time for the people she loves. Becca will succeed in the vice president role because she is organized, personable, and genuinely cares for the people she serves. I'm honored to know you, and thank you for everything you've done for me. To Bree. Bree came into this role in an incredibly unconventional way. It stemmed from a text message, a rather frantic text message from me and Camden over the summer, and ever since she has proved to have been the absolute correct choice. Bree is confident, straightforward, and never afraid to speak her mind. All very important qualities for a student Senate finance chair, but also a very admirable set of traits in a person. Thank you for all of your hard work, and please keep me posted on your future plans. Kat is one of the most authentic, loyal, and unfiltered people I know. She's probably also the first person I'd call if I ever needed to hide a body. From the moment we joined eBoard together, we clicked. She is a light in everything she does, and boy, does she do them well. Thank you for always being there to cheer me up, and for never failing to match my crazy. Okay. Finally, for the eBoard members who won't be returning, Haley, Will, Cam, happy retirement day. I got to know Haley a lot better this year, and I'm so disappointed that I didn't get to know her sooner. She's one of the funniest, boldest, and most open-minded people I've ever met. Not to mention hardworking, dedicated, and full of kindness. Every conversation I have with Haley brightens my day. I know she will go on to do great things for the world because she already does them every day. Okay. Well, I still remember how excited I was when Will agreed to take my seat when I moved up to CR, and then excited again to point him to CR when I was elected VP. Not only have we taken a very similar path through this organization, but also at this university. Same major, same classes, same goals, same friends. We've spent a lot of time together, mostly good, and I'm genuinely grateful for the friendship we have. Thank you for being someone I could count on to bounce ideas off of, to vent to argue with, and to share experiences like this one. I'm so proud of everything you've accomplished, and I'm even more excited to see everything that's out of you. Okay, and I saved the longest one for last, probably the hardest one for me to read. If you know Camden, you know that he makes it a point to lift the people up around him, make them feel valued, and give credit where credit is due. So I think it's only fair that he's offered some of that appreciation back, and I am honored to be the person to deliver it. For those of you who don't know, my freshman year, Camden was the person that encouraged me to run for Student Senate and pushed me to apply for the PA position. The next year, he appointed me his CR chair and eventually asked me to run as his vice president. This year, I was lucky enough to experience some major milestones with him, including serving on the Presidential Search Committee, receiving the Skookum Award, and very soon, graduating together. Somewhere along the way, this mentorship became a close friendship, filled with endless emails, rants, and shared stress, but also with laughter, understanding, trust, and kindness. He became someone that I could count on, not only in a professional capacity, but with the ups and downs of life. And through all those ups and downs, his support for me remained consistent. I am proud of you, I believe in you, keep going. I have a very specific memory of Camden that captures the effect that he seems to have. On the first day of school this year, we had our Monday morning with Greg, and as we were leaving, we walked by D Hall and we saw a photo booth that said, "Seniors, happy last first day." So naturally, we took a picture together. And I listened to Cam talk about how excited he was for the year ahead and the meetings he had lined up for Senate and opportunities he was chasing. And I remember thinking, I have to lock in. He didn't know that I had walked into that morning feeling bittersweet and, for the first time in my life, dreading the school year ahead. But I left that conversation feeling hopeful, motivated, and inspired. That is Camden's gift. He makes people want to do better and to be better. And that picture sat on my desk this year as a reminder to keep doing my best. Cam, if you don't believe me, look around the room. You've touched the lives of everyone here in one way or another. So trying to fully explain the impact you've had on me as a student, as a leader, and as a person would feel inadequate. You bring people up around you and you draw out the very best in them, but it's simply who you are. I know the future can feel uncertain and sometimes a little scary, but I have absolute faith that you're going to be more than okay. Because I've watched you set goals, achieve them, and help others do the same. So Camden, I am proud of you. I believe in you. Keep going, and thank you. It is these people, all of them, that are the reason I'm standing up here right now. And because of them, I leave this organization with everything I said at the beginning. Pride, perspective, and an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Pride in what we built, perspective on what truly matters, and gratitude for the people who make it possible. To those continuing this work, lead with intention, communicate honestly, and don't forget to celebrate moments along the way. This organization is in good hands, not because of the positions you hold, but because of the people you are. Thank you for trusting me, challenging me, and growing with me. It has been a lifetime.
I'm going to start by apologizing for two things. One, there are so many people I need to thank, and there are so many things that we accomplished. And there's no way that I could make a speech where I could say all of it in one meeting. We would be here all day. So if I don't shout you out, know that I love you, I appreciate you, and thank you for being a part of my journey. Good afternoon, senators, student leaders, faculty, staff, administrators, members of the Board of Trustees, families, and our entire extended Golden Bear family. You don't get to moments like these on your own. You get here standing on the shoulders of a lot of people. So before anything else, I want to start by saying thank you. First, I thank God for this blessing. I also want to say thank you to my family for everything they've given me. My brothers, my dad, thank you. And most importantly to my mom, who's here today. Mom. I hope this moment shows you the community I poured myself into. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I blame Jess for this. And gives you the explanation you deserved a long time ago about what I've been doing, why I'm tired all the time, and why I go back to campus so many times a day. To my peers and student leaders across campus, thank you. Thank you for trusting me, believing in me, and putting in the work alongside me for our community. To all the senators, everything we accomplished together. And to every peer I looked up to in the classes of 24 and 25, especially former President Alvord and former Vice President Riley, thank you for giving me a shot, guiding me as mentors, and standing with me when it mattered the most. To my professors, thank you for your mentorship. It has meant more than you know. A special thank you to the Political Science and Criminal Justice departments for your guidance as my major departments. Your support and for also just challenging me to grow both as a student and as a leader. And to all our faculty, staff, administrators, trustees, thank you for believing in student leadership and giving us the opportunity to make a difference. This Senate, myself, and so many students on this campus and beyond would not be successful without every single one of you. So thank you. To our Senate advisors, Greg, Bridget, Leah, a lot of things on campus simply would not run without the three of you. I'm going to miss the conversations, the problem solvings, and most of all, the laughs. It has been truly a pleasure to improve this campus and build a vibrant community together with all three of you. Thank you for being advocates for the students with us. We could not do all that we do without the three of you. To my executive board, You weren't chosen for titles. You were chosen because you are leaders, and you proved that every single day. You challenged me, pushed this organization forward, and helped hold this Senate to a higher standard than I could ever hold it to alone. Together, we represent some of the strongest student leaders on this campus, trusted not only by students, but by the wider community as well. Sometimes people look to us like we're the adults in the room. That trust exists because of you, and I want to genuinely thank each of you. Vice President Cloutier, Jess, my partner in crime. When I asked you to be Vice President, I knew that more than anyone, you would push me and make me better, and you did every single day. From late night conversations to big decisions, you were always steady, always honest, and always there when it mattered the most. From Behrman's first year seminar to today, I couldn't have asked for a stronger partner. I'm proud of everything that we accomplished together, but there's a part of me that is still one of your peer advisors from that first year seminar, and that part of me is just incredibly proud of you. Secretary of Academic Affairs Bronson, Haley, my fellow traditional senior, the only other OG. We came in when everything on campus felt unfinished, and we chose to stay and build something great anyways. From the moment I met you in Professor O'Keefe's class, I knew you were a leader. What you accomplished in academic advocacy wasn't just good. It changed the expectations for what that role in the Senate can be and do. I'm deeply grateful that I got to grow and lead alongside such a strong leader and an even better friend. Campus Relations Chair McKiernan, Will, I met you in the same first year seminar with Professor Fairman. I immediately thought, this guy was chill. And somehow through everything you stayed that way. But more than that, you brought patience, consistency, and a calm presence that grounded this team when we needed it most. You made us better, and more importantly, you made a real difference for students across campus who turned to us for help, because you always showed up. Thank you for leading alongside me, and even more, thank you for becoming a true friend and brother. Public Relations Chair Greenwood, Kat. I'm also so glad that we got stuck holding that door together during opening weekend. Because from that moment on, you brought energy into everything we did when I appointed you to the e-board. You didn't just handle PR, you owned it. You protected Senate's voice and brought creativity even when things got stressful. And yes, even when I had to say, business before TikToks. You still deserve it. You still deliver every single time. Thank you for making this experience not just successful, but genuinely more fun. And for being a spark to this team that none of us will ever forget. Treasurer Thurston, Bree, stepping into your role during one of the hardest moments the Senate has ever faced, you had every reason to say no, to walk away, but you didn't. You stepped up, you handled pressure that most people wouldn't know how to face, and fixed a mess that had been left behind, and did it all with integrity and composure every single step of the way. Watching you grow into this role has been incredible. You did not just rise to the moment, you set another standard. And this Senate is so much stronger because of you and your leadership. Secretary and Vice President-elect Kilday, Becca. When Senate was down to about 10 members, you were the first person I reached out to and called because I knew we needed to build this organization with people we could trust to get the job done. And you became exactly that, an anchor, someone who didn't need recognition to make an impact, but made one anyways. You kept things moving, you kept people grounded, you were the voice of reason behind the scenes. And you grew into a leader that this Senate can absolutely rely on every single day. I trust the future of this organization in your hands. Last, but most certainly not least, our legislative chair and President-elect Amaya Blanca. From the day you were sworn in as a commuter representative, you were never behind me. You were beside me. That same day I joined the Senate Executive Board, and soon after you became my ranking member. But you never followed the path that I was making. You went out and you built your own. You stepped up before you were asked. You took ownership of every responsibility in front of you and earned the respect of this campus the right way by showing up consistently every single time. There is no one I need to thank more than you. Walking this path alongside you has meant more to me than I could fully express. And I can leave here with the complete confidence that this campus is in incredible hands with you as the next Student Senate President. This year was a turning point for Senate. We didn't just do work. We reshaped how the work gets done. We pushed for greater transparency, earned a seat at the table in the president's search, and addressed everything from peer advising layoffs to infrastructure concerns and countless issues across campus. No concern was too big or too small for this Senate to handle. And if I tried to list them all, we'd be here all night. If you want the full details, I encourage you to look at the rollover report, which will be published later today. It is organized by section, but it is 90 pages long, so you probably will not read all of it. It reflects all the works of every single student leader in this room. There is one final accomplishment I want to share that I didn't get to share in my rollover report last week. After working with Vice President Matthews, I'm proud to announce that beginning next year, the Student Senate President and Vice President will each receive a $2,500 scholarship. And I'm grateful to leave that behind for Blanca, Becca, and future presidents and vice presidents for years to come. Having served in this role, I know the time, sacrifice, and commitment it demands. And this is a meaningful step towards removing financial barriers from great leaders stepping up, especially as this has long been a standard at many peer institutions for at least the past decade. We are now caught up with that. So congratulations to both of you as the first recipients of that award. I can say with a full heart that I gave this position, this community, everything I had. This was my first real role as the leader. And I never once took the trust placed in me for granted. What many of you didn't see were the early mornings, oftentimes starting at 4 a.m. before I even got to campus, balancing a full workload at Home Depot, classes, Senate, and more. You didn't see the burnout, the personal struggles behind the professional face, but I don't regret any of it, because along the way, I found my why. And that why was a lot of you guys. So to my executives, senators, to my advisees, obviously Jess and Will, but also Sophia, Lauren, James, Alex, Nyla, Julia, Brianna, who followed me into the Senate. To our clubbing class leaders, the PAs, and every peer who looked up to me, I need to thank you. Many of you became the younger siblings I never knew I needed. Watching you all grow and being a part of your journey has been the greatest gift of my life. When I became president, I promised I was going to give this role the best damn shot that I had. Not for the recognition, not for the applause, but just for you guys. I pushed myself beyond my limits for you. I knew that sometimes I wouldn't get that typical college experience, especially balancing this role while working almost a full-time job and doing so much just to make ends meet. There just wasn't much time left over for anything else. But in its place, I found something better. A real, sometimes fiery sense of purpose. And when it came out, oh boy, it absolutely came out. I hope you know that no matter where each of you end up, you matter to someone. So much so that you were worth fighting for. The quiet moments stayed with me the most. When you guys told me you wanted to lead like me. Or that you felt like I was the older sibling you never had. Those words carried me when I had absolutely nothing left. I gotta get it together. I stopped eventually, somewhere along the line. I just stopped asking for a lighter load and just started asking for broader shoulders to carry it. Many of you have said I changed your lives. The truth is you changed mine. 3 years leading on this campus with a lot of you softened me in the best way possible. to the point where I'm crying today. And I can't control it. I'm like Michael Jordan. You made me a more caring, open-hearted person, and in the best sense possible, you made me more human. Quitting or even taking days off was never an option. Ask Jess or my mom. Even when it would have been easy, because I could never show up halfway for you guys. This role was a privilege, and I was never, ever going to take it for granted. On my hardest days, it was your messages, your faces, and sometimes just the photos on my lock screen that pulled me right up. I would do it all again. Every 4 a.m. shift, every late night, and to every single sacrifice. Because when your why is that powerful, the how becomes so easy. I used to think that in a role like this, legacy was about what you build or the policies you pass, but now I know it's about who you lift up along the way. If my legacy is the leaders you guys become, then I've achieved more than I've ever imagined I would in this role. And I can say with full confidence that I left behind a greater legacy than I ever dreamed of the first day I walked into this position. To my peers who look up to me, thank you. You were my wife in the beginning. You always will be. I'm going to miss the crazy weekly meeting schedules, the speeches, the cheers during those speeches, the Mr. Presidents, the salutes from the people I just walked by and I didn't even know, the tour guide saying, "That is our Senate President," to prospective students when they saw me, and so much more. This community made me feel like I really was someone special for a little while. And to everyone in this community, no matter where I end up, I hope you all look back at your time with me with the same joy that I look back at when I think about the time I had with all of you. Now it's time for me to walk away. And I want you all to know that I trust the keys of the Student Senate and the student body and the future of student leadership here at WME with all of you. No matter what happens, I will always be proud of you, even if you fall short. That will never change. I have full confidence in President-elect Amaya, Vice President-elect Kilday to rise to the occasion, address issues swiftly and pragmatically, and continue to be the outspoken advocates for our students. I'm going to end this speech with the same words I said when I started my presidency. Thank you all for this honor.
And I think we keep going.
Yeah. I'm going to turn the floor over to Greg Matthews, who has some remarks for us.
I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm a mess. Oh my God. This is terrible. Dean, I want you to know these are the most manly tears I've ever shed, wherever you are. There. I'm here judging you. First of all, before I talk about these wonderful people, how many of you here are seniors, right? Okay. So I want to give you some applause. A number of you have helped me in the current role. I actually started in my role very much at the same time that these folks were in their positions. And I took this role as a dual role along with enrollment management. And it has to have been the best decision I've ever made career-wise. And a lot of what was happening, and Leah joined me at that point too, which is great. But these folks, the reason this is so hard for me, is they are like family, because we spend every week together in various settings, and sometimes it has been, in some social settings as well, because I live here on campus, I'm at the events, and they're always present as well. And I know that I'm going to be saying things that all of you know about these folks, but I just need to say it because it's really my last opportunity in a setting like this, is that it's a group of people who are just the smartest and most dedicated people ever. And in roles like this, sometimes you think about professional distance, right? What do you need to do? I just said, screw it, right? And I wanted to make sure that I got to understand how people were living their lives here and to be part of that. And they included me in things. And it was both one of those things where, as you guys have said, we made a big difference in terms of being able to listen to all of you and think about the student voice as being the most important voice on campus, because that was one of my commitments, but I needed that connection to make sure that that would happen. And these folks did that, and it was a beautiful synergy in the things we did. We had to talk about some of the hard things, we did the work together, and we did it with respect and appreciation and a lot of love. You guys are like family to me, and it has been just such a great thing. So like you, Cam, I have real trouble with this because of the things we did. And I'm just going to share one thing, because there's all these great things that we did for the community, but sometimes the moments that make you understand that you have created a scenario where you're together like a family is, we had a snow day. Much to somebody's chagrin, we had a snow day. And in that, I had this incredible communication with you, which was, do you think we could have a snowball fight on the Commonwealth lawn? And I said, well, I think that would be okay. And he wanted me to do it, I think, because if I was saying okay, he wouldn't get in trouble for it.
Yes.
Right? But with that, though, I was still working, and so I was having lunch at one point, and I get this text from Cam, "Are you coming?" Right? And in those moments, you realize that the relationship is stronger than just a professional relationship. And when I got there, our wonderful Becca was up in a tree, waiting to dump a large piece of snow on top of it, which I think we have a picture of somewhere. All right. So I'll kind of leave it with, I love all of you for the efforts that you have and the things you do. And I know many of you, and some of you as you're here, want to know you better. And that's because it's more than a job to me. This is something that has just become a lifestyle that I truly love with all of you. And the foundation of what makes me love it is the fact that we have this connection. And I am so looking forward to things. I am now your problem, Blanca. So that we can continue the good work together and see how far we can make sure that the student voice comes forward to do all the best things we can possibly do for all of you. And I love this place. I love the fact that you all are here. And I'm going to do something too. I need you stand up, sir. People talk about little brothers, big brothers kind of thing. If I had a little brother, it would be this guy. You're the mom. You know me. And all the rest of you are beautiful too. You are so smart. I wish I was as smart as you. And all the dedication you do. I love your suit. It's all good. And I'm looking forward to you being VP, and thank you for getting me all dressed up and things on the other day. So, for those of you who don't know, we had a Ren Fair, Renaissance Fair. Somebody knows how to decorate. Can't wait to do stuff with you too.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Next, Ken Rinkson has some remarks.
Yes. Use the podium.
As a trustee, we don't get an opportunity to interact with the student senate, not directly anyways. And I gotta say, I am so totally impressed with what I've seen here today. And you should be proud of what you've done and proud of what you're going to do. Before I get into my remarks though, I want to make mention of Jess and Cam. I had the privilege, and I use that term loosely, of being the chair of the last presidential search committee. And both of them served on the committee representing the student body. And I will tell you, it came at a time when they already had a lot to do. It was last semester, and the heaviest part of the work was right around final exams. They were there, they participated, they were present, they were well prepared, they asked great questions, and they got the job done. So, thank you, and all of you here should recognize them for the wonderful job they did in representing your interests, and I congratulate you. Thank you. So it's really a pleasure to be here today. Never had an opportunity to do something like this in the past, and I want to thank those who have served over the past year, and I wish all the best for those who are going to be assuming those roles in the future. I want to take just a moment to talk about what this experience really means, because it's more than just a line on a resume. Serving in the Student Senate is one of the clearest examples of what the future of work looks like. In today's world, success isn't just about what you know. It's how you work with people, with uncertainty, and with change. And that's exactly what you're doing here. You're learning how to bring different perspectives together, sometimes competing perspectives, and find a path forward. That's collaboration. You are making decisions without perfect information, often balancing what's ideal with what's possible. That's judgment. You represent your peers, communicate ideas, and at times you advocate for what you believe is right. That's leadership. And I'm sure there were moments when things didn't go as planned. That's real life, and learning how to adjust and move forward is one of the most valuable skills you can take with you. What are employers looking for today? They are looking for people who can step in, work with others, solve problems, and lead regardless of title. And you need to be prepared, because you may be thrust into a leadership role when you least expect it. In my personal experience, this happened to me 3 times in my career, and all of them were major turning points. And for those stepping into leadership roles, this is your opportunity. You won't get everything right, and that's okay. What matters is that you show up, you listen, and you keep moving forward. Because experiences like this are where confidence is built, where skills are sharpened, and where future leaders begin to take shape. So to our outgoing leaders, thank you. You've made a difference. And to our incoming leaders, this is your moment. Take it seriously, take advantage of it, and don't underestimate how much it will shape what comes next. And in the end, the students who choose to lead won't just leave Western New England with a degree. They'll be ready to lead wherever life takes them. Thank you all very much.
Now is the only chance for anyone that is here to give any brief remarks to both the outgoing term and the incoming term. So if anyone would like to say anything, please just raise your hand and I'll recognize you. Yes.
It is short. Student Senate members and guests, my name is Catherine Schluck. I'm an associate professor here in Civil Environmental Engineering. And I am here because of incoming Vice President Rebecca Corday, who extended that invitation to me. So I want to acknowledge the existing Senate members and commend the incoming Senate members and Executive Board for your willingness to fill a leadership role at a time of significant transition in WNE administration, structure, and a time when I think many faculty, staff, students are disgruntled, maybe don't have much hope, or maybe have ceased to care about issues outside their immediate purview. And in contrast, you have chosen to care and to act in service of your fellow students and the university. For that, I again commend you, but for those of you incoming, I also wanted to offer a few words of caution. While I haven't ever sat in a role that you have, I have seen faculty in Senate, and I want to share some observations. So I've observed leaders who have cared and have gotten burned because they have tried to convey all the available information, and then they felt the frustration of the constituents. Then they've seen it, even though it's really maybe directed towards others. And I've seen faculty leaders who care, tried to make changes, but have gotten overwhelmed by the lack of meaningful results, so have given up or become bitter. And I've stopped maybe meaningfully communicating. And I don't want those outcomes to happen to you. So because I know that, at least Becca, I know you personally, I know that you're very passionate, and I can see that the rest of you are. So while I don't have any solutions, I do have some suggestions. And one thing I want to say is that sometimes, I think as some of you have already shared, the most important thing you can give someone is your time and your presence. Even if you can't solve their issue, your time is so precious. And by sacrificing your time and being with them, you convey that you recognize and value them. And then I also encourage you to maintain focus on areas where you are the key component and can actually make a difference. Because everything around you can be very chaotic, out of your control. But I trust that you will make what is in your control orderly and organized, and as much as possible a place of peace. I've been listening to a song called "What You Do With What You Got." It's by someone named C. Khan, and I think the chorus has some very potent words, so I'm going to share them with you. It says, "It's not just what you're born with, it's what you choose to bear. It's not how big your share is, but how much you can share. It's not the fight you dreamed of, but those you really fought. It's not what you've been given, it's what you do with what you've got." So thank you again for the opportunity to be here. I've learned a lot already in the last hour. Please know my door is open to you. I'm on the 3rd floor in Suite 303C, and I'm happy to listen whenever you need. I hope you have a great year.
Thank you. We have a couple speeches and executive appointments to get through, so I'll open it for very, very brief comments, and then we're going to close the term. I'm going to let Senator Anderson say something really quickly, and then Professor Back.
Yeah, so this was kind of whipped up on the fly, you know, hearing everyone talk, it made me feel a little emotional, and I wanted to say thank you to all of you. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you all for giving me this opportunity to speak. Second, I'd like to thank all my fellow senators. It's been a pleasure to serve with you. It's been a pleasure to serve alongside you. I love the open communications that we have during our meetings. And lastly, I'd like to thank this executive board. This is my closest example of a parasocial relationship, kind of. It feels like we all listen to you very much. We all hear you talk every meeting. We hear you lead by example. And while you may not know all of us, we all look up to you. We all admire you. We all idolize you. You all are wonderful leaders. We want to thank you all for all the work that you've done, all the initiatives that you've started, and all the encouragement that you have provided us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Because there's one group that needs to be thanked. I just wanted to echo what my colleague said, and some of you had to read this for a class of mine. The novelist John Green has an expression, don't just do something, stand there. And the fact that the incoming leadership is going to get $2,500 next year, that's $1 an hour. That is an extraordinary gift that you guys will get. This group of people, this extraordinary group of people is really the heart of Western New England. And I think about this at Accepted Students Day the other day, or at open houses, where I tell parents that I want to teach and advise students the same way I want my own kids to be taught. And I see a lot of my students here, a lot of my advisees, and some of you don't have your classes. I'm so sorry, you will get them eventually. But for the parents here, and where are the parents here? I know that there are a few parents here. We have to have the parents stand up. We have to have the parents stand up. Yeah, you have to. I wish I could teach my kids the way that I try to do it. These are the way I wish my kids would turn out. What you have done for us by raising these kids, by raising all of them, is extraordinary. And the fact that the senators outnumber the number of guests, you're putting in the time. You are the lifeblood of this school. Without you, we would not exist. And let me add with one more thought. I want to be like you guys when I grow up. I have to go and advise students right now. I have 3 students who are panicking because they're waitlisted in 4 classes.
Any last second, very, very brief comments? Okay. Seeing none, at this time, I move to close the 3rd and final session of the 2025-2026 Senate and adjourn the term.
Second.
Hearing a second, We don't have time for a roll call.
No, we have to do voice vote.
I'm going to do a voice vote. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Aye. Those abstaining? The motion passes. I'm going to ask that the seniors who I assigned to give incoming senators their placards move over to where those senators will be sitting. And then I'm going to have everyone just transition. If you are an outgoing Senate member, you did not run for re-election, or you are a senior, please leave the table. If you are incoming, please find your seat. Yeah, again, seniors, if you are handing someone a placard, go to their seat and hand it to them.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll be
I'm sorry for not leaving you guys all the time.
I'm gonna take it home like my
Yeah. Okay, is everyone, senators are all good? Okay. All right, now, outside the term, I will swear in the incoming Senate President. President-elect Amaya, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Blanca Amaya,
I, Blanca Amaya,
do solemnly swear that I will,
do solemnly swear that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
will fulfill the duties and responsibilities of Student Senate President,
will fulfill the duties and responsibilities of Student Senate President,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
uphold and follow
the
policies of the Student Senate
the policies of the Student Senate
and the Student Senate Constitution.
and the Student Senate Constitution.
Congratulations. Of the outgoing seniors on the executive board, we got President Amaya a gift.
Aww. Why was my name on it?
Give her to that.
Here you go.
Okay, don't slam it too hard now.
You feel like a new person.
Well,
I apologize for that awkward transition. However, the first session of the 2026 to 2027 term will now come to order. With the administration of oath of office to the Vice President. So please stand, Vice President Kilday.
Right here was good.
Thank you. Great. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Becca Kilday,
I, Becca Kilday,
do solemnly swear that I will,
do solemnly swear that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
fulfill the duties and responsibilities of Vice President,
fulfill the duties and responsibilities of Vice President,
and that I will, to the best of my ability,
and that I will, to the best of my ability,
uphold and follow
the
policies of the Student Senate
policies of the Student Senate
and the Student Senate Constitution.
and the Student Senate Constitution.
Thank you. At this time, all senators, please stand. Stand, yep, stand. And raise your right hand and repeat after me. I apologize.
There's a lot of papers on the desk.
Yes, I apologize again. Okay. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will. To the best of my ability. Fulfill the duties and responsibilities. Please state your position. And that I will, to the best of my ability. The policies of the Student Senate. And the Student Senate Constitution. Congratulations all. We will now call the roll.
Senator Anamesis.
Here.
Senator Aqua.
Here.
Senator Ballschmider. Senator Bolio.
Here.
Senator Biedron.
Here.
Senator Bouchard. Senator Brown.
Here.
Senator Daniels.
Here.
Senator Dupree.
Here.
Senator Goodman.
Here.
Senator Holman.
Here.
Senator Lemieux.
Here.
Senator Mazzaferro.
Here.
Senator Pavlik.
Here.
Senator Pellerin. Senator Ritchie.
Here.
Senator Rodriguez.
Here.
Senator Sidlecki.
Here.
Senator Silver.
Here.
Senator Warren. Vice President Kilday and President Amaya.
President. Great. Now we will start the addresses of the new term, starting with Vice President Kilday's inaugural address.
Well, that will be the last time that I call attendance, thankfully, so moving on up in the world. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here today, whether you are administrators, faculty, staff, senators, or family. We are so grateful for your presence as we transition Student Senate terms. I am honored to be standing here as our university's 2026 to 2027 Student Senate Vice President. Thank you for the trust that you placed in me when electing me to this role. I could have not have come this far without my wonderful family, my teammates, and my fellow student leaders. I tend to take on a lot, and your support is invaluable in helping me accomplish everything that I set out to do. I hope that in this role, I can provide similar support to students across the campus, especially during a year of such great transition as we welcome a new university president. As a fellow engineer, I'm especially excited to work with incoming President Hartman, because despite what people may think, us engineers can leave the labs and step into leadership roles. The past 2 years, former President Kaufman and Vice President Cloutier re-established Student Senate as a visible and impactful force on campus. This year, I want to redefine our role and expand our impact, ensuring we support clubs from start to finish and serve as a resource for every student. We have strong community here at Western New England University. That's the whole reason I chose this school. Looking around this room, it's clear how much the community cares. Under the 2026-27 Student Senate administration, I hope for everyone on campus to see and feel what I do in this room today, the strength of our community. Now, I'd like to recognize someone who worked extremely hard during the past term to rebuild that community on campus through communication. Though he was dealt a difficult hand with funding, former Campus Relations Chair Will McKiernan made the most with what he had and made improvements across campus anyway. Due to his perseverance and efforts to truly rebuild community on campus, President Amaya and I would like to present Will McKiernan with this hammer. This hammer symbolizes his work this past term. Will, you will be truly missed by all of us. And honestly, I don't know who we're going to pick on now. And now for Haley, our favorite e-board member, and not just because she brings us coffee for reports. In all seriousness, Haley, you have been a light on the executive board this year. The first year that Secretary of Academic Affairs was an executive board member. For revolutionizing the role of Secretary of Academic Affairs as an e-board position, President Amaya and I would like to formally bestow you with the title of Secretary Emerita. Your work this inaugural term has enormously benefited the campus and paved the path for future academic secretaries. We thank you for your service and the joy that you brought to the Senate Executive Board. Is that board picture this?
Look how cute she is.
Won't you finish?
Need some? Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. I'll miss you so much. But all great things must come to an end. I now look forward to the executive board that President Amaya and I have curated in order to accomplish the most that we can this term. I'm impressed by the variety that our new e-board will bring to the table, and I'm excited to get the work started. I look forward to meeting with those here. I'm in administration, faculty, staff, and students alike as we chart our new path. I promise to always listen and work towards improvement of our campus community, because community is the reason that I stand here before you today, and it's what I will continue to invest in every single day. Thank you all again for being here, for your support, and for believing in this community. I'm excited for what we'll build together.
Thank you, Vice President Kilday. And now I will give my inaugural address. It looks like we might go a little bit over time. If you have a class, please feel free to get up and go to that class. However, we would definitely appreciate it if you could stay. Thank you. Good afternoon, faculty, staff, administrators, executives, senators, and esteemed guests. It is with great privilege and honor that I address you as the Student Senate President for the 2026 to 2027 term. I would first like to start by formally thanking everyone who has made an impact on me in taking on this position. Thank you to the student body for entrusting me with this immense responsibility and for having faith in me to lead us. Thank you to my former executive board for pushing me to strive for greatness, ultimately driving me to run for this role. Thank you to Bridget, Greg, Leah for listening with an open mind to every concern that was voiced. I would also like to take a moment to thank my parents. Mom and Dad, thank you for supporting me, even when I didn't have faith in myself. There were moments where I doubted whether I was capable of stepping into a role like this. But you never doubted me. You reminded me of my strength even when I couldn't see it, and you encouraged me to keep going even when things felt uncertain. More than anything, you have provided me with the opportunities to succeed, and I stand here today because of that foundation. I carry your support in me with everything I do, and I am endlessly grateful. As I step into this position, I do so both with excitement and a deep sense of responsibility. Leadership is not just about holding a title. It is about action, accountability, and impact. It is about showing up not only when it's easy, but especially when it's difficult. It is about listening, learning, and growing alongside the community you serve. One of the central goals of the Amaya Kilday administration is to improve communication across campus. This is not a new concern. In fact, several administrations before us have identified communication as an issue, and yet it still persists. The reality is important to acknowledge because it tells us that this is not a simple problem with a quick solution. It is a challenge that requires intentional effort and a willingness to rethink how we connect. Students deserve to feel informed and included. They deserve to understand what decisions are being made and how those decisions affect their experiences. Faculty and staff deserve clear and accessible ways to collaborate with student leadership. And various campus departments should have concise and consistent information provided to students. Communication should not feel like a barrier. It should be a bridge. This year, my administration is committing to building that bridge. We will work to increase transparency, expand outreach, and create more opportunities for meaningful dialogue. Whether that means improving how information is shared, increasing our presence across campus, or ensuring that student voices are not only heard, but acted upon. We are ready to take on that challenge. At its core, effective communication builds trust, and trust is the foundation of a strong community. Another priority for this term is strengthening the structure and preparedness of our executive team. I am proud to share that for this upcoming term, we have appointed a full executive board before the start of the academic year, something that has rarely been accomplished in the history of our Student Senate. This decision was intentional. By establishing a complete and prepared leadership team from the beginning, we are setting ourselves up for success. It allows us to begin our work immediately, without delay, and ensure that each of our executive board members is aligned with our goals and ready to serve. It also reflects a commitment to this organization by appointing individuals who are truly passionate about the improvement of student life. I have full confidence in this team and in the work that we will accomplish together. Each individual brings their own perspective, passion, and dedication to the table. It is through that collaboration that we will make meaningful progress. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize and celebrate two of our very special former executive board members, Jess Cloutier and Camden Kaufman. It has been a privilege to work with you both on the Student Senate Executive Board. It is very hard to let you go, but I know you will do great things in your lives. Jess, I will miss your open thinking and ability to collaborate with anyone. You have been such an amazing vice president by contributing meaningfully to every conversation, even with difficult ones. Although you failed to give yourself credit for your first year on the executive board as the campus relations chairperson, you have made a great impact on campus life. You spearheaded the renovations to the Campus Center B, which has provided a place for the dance team and various other organizations to use the space comfortably. Although the renovation is not finished, your efforts were never in vain. Therefore, I would like to present you with this plaque right here in recognition of you re-envisioning the space. With your holding. This plaque will be placed in the Campus Center B for future generations to take note of the contribution to the improvement of campus life. Thank you for your years of service to the student body. Camden. I am so fortunate to have worked with you on the Student Senate for 3 years. From being your legislative committee ranking member to being your legislative chair, I've seen firsthand the dedication you have for this campus and the student body. You leave big shoes to fill, both literally and figuratively. But I am grateful to have learned from the very best. With this being said, Vice President Kilday and I would like to honor you by bestowing the title of the Guardian of the Student Senate Legacy. Additionally, we will place a framed picture of you in the Student Senate office to live on for future generations. Let me find that certificate. It is right here.
Oh, and I'm gonna take it. You should hold it, make him hold it.
Yeah, hold it.
Your height difference is immaculate. Perfect.
All right.
Hey.
I never do this.
You have transformed the Student Senate since my first term on Senate. You leave behind a legacy that will forever be noted and now memorialized. Thank you for your years of service to the student body. Please join me again in congratulating these individuals for their outstanding contributions. As I look ahead to this year, I am filled with optimism. I truly believe that we can create lasting change, not just for ourselves, but for the future. Students who will walk this campus after us. The work we do today sets the tone for tomorrow. But meaningful change does not happen in isolation. It requires all of us, students, faculty, staff, and administrators, working together with a shared purpose. It requires us to listen to one another, to challenge one another, and to support one another. I am committing to leading with integrity, with transparency, and with a genuine desire to serve. I am committed to ensuring that every student feels represented and valued. And I am committed to leaving this institution better than when I found it. Thank you again for your trust, your support, and your belief in me. I am honored to serve as your Student Senate President, and I look forward to everything we will accomplish together in the future. Thank you again. And now we will move on with executive appointments, starting with the appointment of the Treasurer and Finance Chair.
Sorry.
At this time, I move for Senate confirmation of my reappointment of Brianna Thurston to serve as the Treasurer for the 2026 to 2027 term.
Second.
Okay.
Yes, vote. Hearing a second, we will proceed. All senators received an email last night outlining my reason for this appointment. In the order of time, I'm not going to say everything, but are there any questions? Great. Seeing none, then the question is on the confirmation of Brianna Thurston as treasurer. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Then the motion passes. I will save the oath of office for the end. So next, we will move in to the reappointment of the Public Relations Chairperson, Kathleen Greenwood. At this time, I move for the Senate confirmation of my reappointment of Catherine Greenwood to serve as Public Relations Chairperson for the 2026 to 2027 term.
Second.
Great. Hearing a second, again, you all received an email yesterday with the reason for this appointment. Are there any questions? Seeing none, then we will move forward. The question is on the confirmation of Catherine Greenwood as the Public Relations Chairperson. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Great, motion passes. Now, we will proceed with our new executive appointments, beginning with the legislative chairperson. At this time, I move for the Senate to confirm my appointment of Jillian Silver to serve as legislative chair for the 2026 to 2027 term.
Second.
Great. Hearing a second. Again, you received an email about this. Any questions? No. Great. The question is on the confirmation of Jillian Silver as the legislative chair. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Aye. Great. The motion passes. Great. Thank you for taking your seat. We will now proceed to the appointment of the Campus Relations Chairperson. At this time, I move for the Senate confirmation my appointment of Samantha Marroquin to serve as the Campus Relations Chair for the 2026 to 2027 term.
Second.
Hearing a second, we will proceed. Again, I sent an email about this. Any questions? Seeing none, we will proceed. The question on the floor is in the confirmation of Samantha Marroquin as the Campus Relations Chair. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Then the motion passes. Thank you for taking your seat. Next, we will move on to the appointment of the Secretary of the Senate. At this time, I move for the Senate confirmation of my appointment of Brianna Brown to serve as the Secretary of the Senate for the 2026 to 2027 term.
Second.
Hearing a second, we will proceed forward. Again, you received an email on this. Any questions? Seeing none, the question is on the confirmation of Brianna Brown as Secretary of the Senate. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Aye. Motion passes. Thank you for coming to take your seat. Next, and our final appointment, is the Secretary of Academic Affairs. At this time, I move for the Senate confirmation of my appointment of Joshua Goodman to serve as the Secretary of Academic Affairs for the 2026 to 2027 term.
Second.
Hearing a second, we will proceed forward. Again, this was included in the email. Any questions? Seeing none, we will move forward. The question on the table is the appointment of Josh Goodman as Secretary of Academics for the 2026 to 2027 term. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions?
Aye.
Great, motion passes. Thank you. Once Josh Goodman joins us over here at the table, I will then administer the oath of office to all of the appointed and confirmed executive appointments. So, all of you, please stand. Thanks, right here. Great. Please raise your right hand. Thank you. I state your name. Then repeat after me, sorry. I state your name.
I, Catherine Greenwood,
Do solemnly swear that I will,
do solemnly swear that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
fulfill the duties and responsibilities of your position,
fulfill the duties and responsibilities of Treasurer and Vice Chair,
and that I will, to the best of my ability,
and that I will, to the best of my ability,
uphold and follow
the
policies of the Student Senate
policies of the Student Senate
and the Student Senate Constitution.
of the Student Senate Constitution.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah, Igor.
Thank you. Okay, we can all sit together. Thank you to everyone for joining us. I am immensely inspired by the strong leadership in this room right now, and I am so excited for what the term holds for all of us. With this being said, I move to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Great, thank you. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? With that, the motion passes. Meeting adjourned.